What's up guys, this is Shona and today I am back in Sunway Iskandar and we're going to check out Sunway's Citrine Lakehomes. Since the last time we came to Sunway Iskandar, there has been a lot of improvement being done. KFC is here, big box retail has been completed with multiple big names inside. Ace Hardware is inside, GSC is inside, Sports Direct is inside, and then Sunway Grid, one of those projects that I've initiated, right, is coming up pretty well. So despite whatever economic climate, whatever negative impressions laid onto Johor property market, right, Sunway is still persevering. And you can see, right, that's the link from Sunway Grid. You can actually walk over to this big box directly. Hence, it's the mindset of a township developer. Instead of thinking individual plots, right, the developer here has that mindset of integrating almost everything. Whatever can build access, build. Whatever can connect, they connect only. Because the entire canvas is 2,000 acres. So after the success of international school, we are seeing that they are bringing in the government school as well. And you have X Parks where you can play your go-kartings and extreme sports there. So again, this is like one of those land where all infras are ready, just individual land to be developed. So we are now in big box retail park and it feels a very industrial box lah. Here you also have NSK for your groceries and this feels very Australian. It's very outdoor focused where it's more of an exhibition than slash self-experience slash retail. It's a very different type of retail in comparison to what we have in Jusco or Aeon and now they call it. Now I'm at the center space where you can see chicken rice store is here, GSC is upstairs, book access is here, the 24 hours bookstore is here. But generally you can feel that there's people dining in here. Citrine Lakehomes is relatively new. In fact, now there's some handing over processes that's taking place right now. So the first thing that caught my eye is actually the pavers. Instead of using paint and tar, pavers can be so innovative right now. Even the OKU signs. That's cool. I like how the drain is camouflaged along to the road. So these are for the surface runoff. When rains fall, it actually just flows through this kind of pathways. In comparison to those like U type, right? This one is more concealed and it's way more tidy to somewhat match the architecture. This is a stratified development, hence whatever you see, right, you can't really modify a lot. So I'm now walking around the perimeter and look at the fencing. This is like an anti-climb fencing where it's impossible to slip in your shoe or your thumb of your leg inside. They soften the edge using some landscape and security system. In total, there's like 361 units here, consisting of link houses, townhouses and cluster link. Sometimes projects are not handed over in one go where they are broken into several phases and they launch accordingly. The problem is when I hand over these units, what happens to this that is still under construction where you still have workers constantly in and out. You can see proper barricades and security system being installed where you can see CCTV there. It indicates the sense of security that the developer wants to have for the customers. When you are buying landed, road width matters at the shoulder. So we call it the shoulder of the road where you have that landscape strip. One of the main concerns again in landed properties are the feeder pillars. We try as hard as possible to conceal them using landscape treatments, but you cannot conceal to the extent where when they want to come and maintain the thing, it's not to be found. Right. So I like how they developed the back alley to be more positive instead of just a back lane. Today we're going to check out the Nasi Lemak properties for all Malaysians, link houses. It's 22 by 70 and it's very important to check where's your water meter, how do you get your letters. So it's locked, that I like. Then your numbers, how they put in letters, right, is via here. This is where your electrical meter is. Then I like the very long span without any beams cutting across. So it's often a debate, right, whether the boundary wall should be high or low. Strata is all about living as a community together. So neighbors should at least say hi to each other. That explains this detail of having this all the way lah. So it's very clear that who is home, who is not. So for link houses, the frontage, the facade is the only source of light. This, I like. This corner as well, because most of the time, this is often ignored. With this little window here, just so happens if I'm upstairs, I can just come down and I can just have a quick glance on who's outside. Before you go on further, right, this is a link house, 2066 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathroom unit on a lease title. So lease is different from leasehold, where at the end of a leasehold, the land belongs to the state government. But at the end of the lease, this land belongs to a private company. This is like 100 over years left lah. So if you kind of think of it, how many generations would you use a house? Coming in, this will be the living room, the dining room, then the kitchen. The first observation is this door. Because the staircase is cut off here, usually it will be cut off somewhere further in front. But they want to maximize out the length, so they tuck the staircase to the side, which is the most effective manner for staircase. However, this door then seems to be in a very weird position. Let's say if I were to open it when I'm at home, every time a person wants to go upstairs, I need to adjust. Or if I constantly close it all the time, then it needs to be air conditioned. But one thing I like, that extra leaf to the door, because let's say if I were to move a big furniture, right, cannot pass through this door, I can still open this further to allow that extra feet, right, to move my big stuffs. So I've checked, it's 3.1 meter ceiling height and the beams are very tiny. So let's head out to the dining area, then the kitchen. A standard 5 feet tiles. Then the basin most likely will be here, where you can open up to your wet kitchen. It really maximizes out the entire ratio for windows. Even the door, they put it up as a frosted thing. They even put up this extra feet up. Okay, going outwards. Concrete furniture, and this is the boundary already. This will be your yard most likely, or you want to extend up to be your wet kitchen. Okay, but after you put your kitchen here, then you will need to figure out where to put your washing machine. Again, because it's a strata title, hence it's not say that you cannot do anything to the unit's facade, but it's up to management approval. So the committee needs to say yes for your extension or whatever you want to do. Many may argue, why don't you just extend out this 3 feet? So there's two schools of thoughts. Number one, they reserve in this 4 feet to have better clearance of space. Distance away from neighbors are also better established. Another school of thought is, why don't I just extend it all the way? My toilet will have more space, my bedroom will have more space, my kitchen will have more space. Then for every household, you can actually access the jogging path pretty straightforward. Then next to the kitchen, this will be the ground floor bedroom. Some box up for utilities, but I like the size of the doors. A wheelchair can come in. Most likely they will adopt the same treatment. And I like this joint, but I wish it could be even kinder. As we have tried the wheelchair before, right? The gradient matters a lot for a person who is on a wheelchair. I like this extensive size window. There's always an extra panel on top. Basin, they're giving Regal, WC, Regal, bidet, shower screen, shower, full tiles up. Window, it's very nice. A lot of daylight. Just that this is where I shower. This is a clear example if you have two access to the same bathroom and you use doors like this, right? But if it's a sliding door, this wall space can also be applied to put your storage and things like that. So let's go upstairs. This is not friendly to kids. Okay. And this is a 1 meter staircase, timber and steel handrail. And look at the height. Wow! Yep, we have spoken about this before. So this is the balance between this height and the principal bathroom. Chamfered this detail to somewhat still maximize that. So that this will be the slab, this will be the plaster ceiling. Get it? So coming upstairs, this is the living room, and I like the ceiling height, very nice, and this little detail of daylight is so dramatic. There's 3 bedrooms here, and timber flooring. They provide aircon points, and let's go check out the principal bedroom first. So the ceiling height is 2.8 meters. It's again that different school of thought. Do I put up all the way for windows, then whether to have a balcony or not? Because many may think that the space is there, might as well I just extend out. The window detail is kind of weird. Instead of 2, can I combine 1? But then the architectural language would then be different. It's a constant debate of decisions. And you can immediately feel the sea breeze. Just in case you didn't know, this is the landed project closest to the sea already for Sunway Iskandar. It launched at a very attractive price, it's around 700,000. Hence, it got sold out pretty quickly. Come to think of it, a lot of apartments in Medini are within that range as well. So when this product came out, boom! Next to the bedroom, this will be the principal bathroom. I like that they provide a mirror, then a solid top. Okay, this is by Regal WC as well. So as we visited many toilets, right, before any work was done, it's often the time very dark. But this is one of those rare situations where without light, the toilet is so bright. Another detail to compliment is this. They slanted the drop as it's more forgiving for the leg. You always ketuk this edge, right? And this is the panel where your leg, your wet feet will always damage the laminated timber flooring. Okay, moving forward, there will be 2 bedrooms. Once you put the bed, bedside table, then you can have your desk. Then again, 2.8 meters ceiling height. And they have a common shared bathroom. Similar treatments of toilet. The windows are very low, as every one of them is actually top hung. Top hung means the pivot point is on top and you push it up this way. And the benefit of a common shared bathroom is the toilets can be way bigger. So that is your shower area, WC, and your basin. So this is your last bedroom. If you were to extend the backyard just now, then this entire room can be another 4 feet in. Would you want more green space or would you want more built up? So that's all for the link house, and this is the form of townhouse. This is one owner, this is another. So there'll be 2 cars, somewhat like a tandem car park. And this is one of those very rare jewels. It's a very affordable range and you are staying next to the sea. Too bad we can't see it because fully sold. So now we are at the community hall with the mindset of reducing maintenance costs. They don't want to put a swimming pool, but instead they have badminton courts like this, which can also be converted into a hall for events if you want to. Okay, so outside your badminton hall, there's the outdoor workout space like this. Again, it's with the mindset of not providing too much facilities. They took a very different approach. It's now time for Sean's take 3 on 3. 3 things I like. Number 1 is definitely the township development by Sunway. If you were to observe in Medini, right, the rest of the development, most of it is usually like KIV. But instead of stopping, what they do is a little bit more to mall, school, offices, which is just developments that has nothing to do with people buying them. So they build and operate, and that's the main characteristic for a township builder. Hence, they really are shaping the entire township to be a very livable one. Point number 2, what I really like is at 500,000 for a townhouse, at 700,000 for a link, you are buying a landed strata next to the sea, right across Singapore. Not only that, you get to enjoy the walking distance to school, to Citrine Hub, also being located next to the estuary, next to nature itself where you have the mangrove forest. This kind of product in this special location is pretty hard to come by. Instead of choosing to build a more profitable development, which is another high-rise, they chose to go with this one instead. Third of all, I like the amount of daylight in this link house. The front and back, from the top, the window sizes are relatively bigger than usual, evidently in the toilet spaces. And then 3 things I don't like. Number 1, it feels rather hard, which means there's lack of water bodies, and the landscape is like the bare minimum. But if you really understand the intent, right, is to reduce maintenance fees for the entire community. Like, do you really need another water body next to the entrance, or do you really need another water body next to the clubhouse or a yoga deck that nobody uses? So it's a debate whether to have it to look good but you need to pay for it, or to not to have it and we just live with whatever we need. Second thing, I don't like certain details in the unit. The main door position is kind of off. If I leave it open, the users cannot go upstairs freely. If I leave it closed, I need to be fully air conditioned all the time. Also, I like the intention of having ramps to the bathroom in the ground floor, but the access from the main door to the living room, it's not done that way. So to me, it's a little bit half-heartedly. I might as well just make it wheelchair friendly from the very start. The third thing that I want to highlight, this project, it's somewhat like a topic for debate. Do I build up everything to the end of the boundary, actually for more green space, or do you want more build up? Debate number 2, the window size. I could have just put it into a horizontal long strip window at the top so I can enjoy all the privacy without compromising the daylight. The other way is that your building needs to look cool, that boxy industrial look, right? So do you want architectural language because it's strata, you can't change after that, or you would want privacy in your bathroom? On a final note, it's good to be back. This is definitely one of those ideal own stay product. In terms of rental wise, I don't think you're gonna get any returns, and I think that's about it for Sunway Citrine Lakehomes. If you really like this video, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is John Tan. Ciao.